Who got it better? Nobody. To the field from the tailgate parties. Let's go blue, yeah, the whole team. This the big house, Michigan Wolverine. If it ain't real, it ain't right. If you can't take a hit, take a hike. The legendary Big Ten can't say it right. Motion Beckler, motivated the might. You're so strong, it's on Saturday nights. Howard, Woods, and Brady took it to heights. That's ball, help to the victors, that's above all. I got one question, tell them all, ball. That's right, amazing blue, that's all I say. Rubber steam in the B.I.J. Block him on the beanie, I'm baiting. No for kicking it off like me. Follow while I ball like Weber. Rose, you want to get the bad vibe together. Go hard or go home. Trying to get to the national ship in the Rose Bowl. They don't hit, start to finish. The M Club is getting it, jumping in the image. We ready right now, you want it to come and get it. We helmets, everybody is here. Go blue, go blue. Taking up a notch, we supposed to. In the haters in the West, we gotta go through. I ain't got a question, but the girls do.
Damn.
Hey, yo, DJ and Ray, you ready? Sean, can't fuck, give it to us, we give it back. See what that rock you showing us to the cast. As soon as we show up, they scream it down. Bitch, you only twice, but now me my hell. You don't mean in a fight, but you don't mean in a fail. Too heavy, we hold it weighted. We see on the scales. Scream with the wings, with the minutes in a few arms. Get your team, put your chin on. Bitch, you get really boy, you know, put your finger on. So when they asking me what you want, it's like, for the number one spot, no trouble. It's all said and done, ain't no harm. Whether it's first thing in morning or what's it at night, you know, first living crib, that's right. First I'm saying that jump
the victors valiant, the conquering heroes, and they call home the big house. Bathed in maize and blue, welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the UCLA Bruins taking on the #1 team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Wolverines will get us started with the opening kickoff. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So the UCLA Bruins offense will get the first possession of the game. And here comes the quarterback. And one thing you know for sure, with this team, as he goes, so goes the offense.
And he's a big-time talent, Reese. This guy can hurt you in a multitude of ways, throwing and running the football. He's going to have to be dialed in, though, because this defense is going to give him a lot of different looks. It's really important mentally this QB is on his game.
And this slant route you throw quick. It's a timing route. 3 million of them to the wide receiver. And most of the time, with his hands up and he catches it, keeps his body in the way. Right there, just lack of focus, lack of concentration.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
First down for this offense. To the ground with the back.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Defense there to stop him after a pickup of 2 down to the 15. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Morgan. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
Now, 4th down.
On 4th down, going to the air. It's complete. Boy, this freshman quarterback has a host, and he's seen that thing in there. The Wolverines have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Power ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout here. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Michigan.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. As the defense comes out, they've got him pinned back, and listen to the roar of this crowd. He'll come out throwing on first down. Here's trouble, ball's out in the end zone. How about that alert play from the defense to corral that fumble? That ball was just lying there forever in the end zone, and the defense finally pounced on it.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. Kickoff team just about set to go, and that defense is eager to get back out there after the scoop and score. He'll bring it out. It's Rojas. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. UCLA will go back to work on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling.
And now they've lost the ball here. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And not much else could go wrong. A defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. That ball was squirting around on the field, finally corralled by the defense, and they turn it into 6.
And it's so hard defensively. Do I jump on it and make sure I get it, or do I scoop it up and try to make the big play? He chose to scoop it up, and it pays off, makes the big play, gets the touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. They're just about to kick it off after that scoop and score 6. Coming out with it, it's Rojas. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man quickly. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's right out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Davis looking to pass. Flips it out in the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down, get something positive. But how about the defense just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field?
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Going to try to get it himself. Across the 25, he's got room. And the ball slipped out. How about that alert play from the defense to scoop it up?
This defense prides themselves on effort and pursuit. The quarterback there did a great job scrambling, so much so that he was able to get downfield, and it looked like it was going to be a big play, but all that pursuit from the defense and their effort, getting to the ball, knocking it out, coming away with a big turnover.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the... Got some room, headed to the goal line. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Yeah, when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go downfield. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Top 15 teams aligning today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Washington State ran roughshod over the competition en route to a double-digit victory, and they looked clean doing it. And I don't just mean in those unis. This team is a buttoned-up group. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. It sounds like they had a good one there. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Fires to the right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Hey, listen, quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Davis will throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. Ball is free. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games, that loses games, and that is a bad, bad play at a bad time. All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the corner.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Oh, man. Almost picked off in the end zone. What a red zone stop that would have been. It's 3rd down. Wants to go up top. Coming after it. Looking to the big tight end. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Splits the uprights. Good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the penalty. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner goes down. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Maybe they learned something from their opening script of plays, David, but other than that, this has been an abject disaster.
And I think they learned what not to do. I mean, this has been an abject disaster. They haven't done anything right. Offense, defense. This one's ugly, and it's still early.
Yeah, I'd normally say, well, it's first quarter, just don't worry about it. There's time, but worry. This is the worst start you possibly could have had. So they need to score a touchdown right now.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He's right on target. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Motion from the offense. Leaves it with the running back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts it down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Now the play fake. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. You got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Davis looking to pass. They're trying to get to him. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. And the Bruins will send out the punt unit. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. He gets a block. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full, but they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
The give to the tailback. Runs for the tackle. Nice step on there, but the defense still able to stop him for a short gain.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Wide open downfield. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Finally stops at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 6.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Pressure coming. Pocket starts to collapse. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. Trying to get to it. Caught over the middle. It's Morris. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. And the Wolverines have this offense rolling. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. 2nd and goal for this offense.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Tries again to get it in. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They relentlessly move forward. Now it's getting down to cases. 3rd and goal. The give to the fullback. And tackled there by the defense.
Well, with a huge lead, interesting decision. Are you going to try to pad it with a field goal, or do you want to stay aggressive there?
And what's nice is you got this big lead, so it really doesn't matter whichever you choose, but you can grab the points, or you can go to try to put this nail in the coffin.
So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll go to the fullback. Touchdown, Wolverine! And they add 6 more to more of that trip to the house.
And man, that stinks. If you're a defense, you get all the way to a 4th down situation and held them so many times, and man, they punch it in late, especially with the physicality. I hate when I get beat with physicality. They pounded them, ran the football with all the big guys in the game, and got the touchdown.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A 69-yard touchdown drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. Fielded in the end zone, it's Rojas. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. UCLA will go back to work on offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up.
Snags it down the right side. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Let's go. From the gun, the ground game. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and it's been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work good, find something we do good, and build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
I think the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll throw it on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. And that pass intercepted. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the 2nd. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. They'll leave it with him. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football and let him get lathered up.
Got a man. It's Prescorn. Moves up to the 34-yard line, giving him a 10-yard pickup. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. They'll give it to the back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
From the gun. Give on the inside. Running through contact. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling for the first down.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting a huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road have to play this offense, man. They're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed, so much skill. Like running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions. It is so tough trying to stop them to prevent explosive plays.
They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. Third and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Davis will throw. Quickly complete. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
Everybody on the same page there on blitz pickup, right? Offensive line, everybody communicating, understanding where they have to work to give their QB time to make an accurate throw and pick up the first.
The Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now lining up to snap it in the red zone. Running back searching for a hole. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. He's up to 81 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. They've moved it into scoring territory. 1st and 10 from the 11. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
Touchdown, Michigan! And they take it in for 6 more points.
The running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Alabama was able to come away with the victory, but it was not the type of dominant win we've seen over the years. Roll Tide, sure, but this one lacked any real style points. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17. And the Wolverines want to crank the tempo. Davis looking to pass. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And he's already 1 for 1, so this time he'll try to put one through from 39 yards out. No good. They blow the field goal. Something finally goes wrong.
0.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, David, they've got to be able to eliminate a bounce.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They've got the screen set up. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. 2nd and 10 here. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Brought behind the line. It's Harden.
That defender just laid the wood. As soon as that guy caught the ball, there he was. Bam! Clean hit for a minimal gain.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
What a great job by this defense, setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built the game.
The Bruins send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll bring it back. It's Stewart. Slips through the line. There he goes. Open it up. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverine. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turning on the gas. Great job, great return.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. The kickoff team is out there, and after giving up a punt return for the score, this offense needs to do some work. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Got the quick completion.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay. No, I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
Davis will throw. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, the fumble on the defense got it. Touchdown, Michigan. Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did. What a play by the defense there. Loose football, country fumble, pick it up with room, scoop and score.
No doubt, country versus city. When it's a country fumble, nobody around. I got to pick that puppy up and do some damage with it. Nice job seeing the situation, scooping it up, making a play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. UCLA play, we'll go back to work on offense. Takes the handoff. It's Harden. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain.
But with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Grabbed behind the line, it's Harden. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They tried that left side, but the defense was very disciplined and shut it down for no gain.
And you could see a great job by the defense understanding when the back slipped out to the left. They expanded with him, understood where the pass was going, broke on the football, and made a nice tackle in the open field.
And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. At the 40, there he goes. Got a lot of running room. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, UCLA!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
PAT unit on the field. Splits the uprights. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a thrilling 50-yard run for the touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I can go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
He's got it. What a play there, and he's got it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
Defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. Let's go! They'll run it on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Michigan.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Feeling some heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
3rd and goal from way back there. Here we go. Davis looking to pass. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do it. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Handoff from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know, defensively, you look by the blitz, you dive by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play. The linebacker able to make a nice job.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Davis will throw. He makes the connection. And that's a live ball. And the defense snatches it, and they're trying to flip the field.
And you see wide receivers make those catches and try to get upfield and now turn into a running back, make something happen. And a lot of times you just forget to secure that football real tight. And you can tell DB got it out. Big mistake, big turnover, nice forced turnover by the defense.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to give it more. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Yeah, and that's nice coverage. He's taking a shot, trying to throw the ball to the end zone. Maybe put that thing up a little bit higher where his guy can go up and make a play and come down. Nice job by the defender. Just getting his fingertip on the top of the football.
And a golden opportunity slips away from the defense there. That's one he'd love to have back. He knows he should have come away with the interception there in the red zone.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Wolverine.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they can do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 away. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first one.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
This offense has a second down play. Davis looking to pass. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. What a snag by the defense. Got some room to run. The 20. Past the 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Michigan. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the score.
There it is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. On the move from inside his own 20. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. UCLA will go back to work on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some...
And the defense gets to the quarterback. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now The 7th sack of the game.
Davis will throw. They're bringing, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing, you've got guys swiping at it. You've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job of ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They're already in field goal range, but Jesse, they want to be aggressive, but they can't take a negative play.
Well, the play caller's got to look up and down his sheet here to find it.
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverine!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fella on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, it is tough to beat the big house when it's full and rocking as it is today in Ann Arbor. And it'd be easy to say these 2 offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas in the booth at Michigan Stadium.
be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
That is a good omen for this defense. They were getting lit up in the first half. They knew something had to change. So to set the tone like this early on their opening drive of the 3rd quarter and get a stop on 3rd, that should really help their confidence.
He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. UCLA will go back to work on offense. All wideouts, no backs. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt. Let's see if he settles down. Back to the line after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 37. Running back goes in motion. Back to throw. It's Duncan. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, picked off. Takes it the other way. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, return to offense, go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, I want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Kansas State is going to enjoy the trip back to Manhattan after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road and you stack wins there in Bill Snyder Family Stadium, and suddenly it's quite the resume. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Hey, Kevin Connors, keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
And that's what quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. The longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up an incomplete pass.
Oh, he dropped it! Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And I love running quarterbacks, but I get it when people are conservative about it, because this is why. Because they do have a tendency to fumble the football more. They don't work on those drills every day like running backs, taking care of that thing, wrapping it up, and you can see it there in the
And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Just does not like to be tackled, discarding guys and getting to the 21. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Back to pass, it's Orji. There were serious revolutions on that third down pass, but it's incomplete. It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. This try will come from the left hash, and he'll try to curl it in from 38. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
Winning the turnover battle is so important. You got to make these turnovers convert into points. They get the fumble every, yeah, they didn't get a touchdown, but they're still able to.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right now.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing every possession. It's going to be important from here on.
Kept it on the ground on first down. See if they stick with that plan on second. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up their running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
DB's locked up tight on the receiver. They'll ride the hot hand. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. Pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job on the offense.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Can't make the catch, and it'll be third down. He had that thing and just lost his concentration.
Yeah, and he looked like he had the opportunity to secure that obviously open over the middle of the field, but you know how that works. Middle of the field, more defenders. Am I going to get whacked when I hit this thing? It makes those guys think a little bit, and you see more drops over the middle of the field.
Getting some heat. Took a shot as he threw. Another incompletion on third down. The Bruins will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
They go to the draw. Running with power. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the passes.
The Wolverines will have it 1st and 10.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Power football with the run. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
The give to the back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. As they come to the line on 3rd and short for the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. It's a draw. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. And the Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. On the return, it's Rojas. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
2nd down coming up. Dropping back, it's Duncan. Coming at him. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping 2 hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. You can't see them. These guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away and get that ball out of your hands. A QB will learn from this play. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
The Wolverines will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They'll give him 4 yards on the carry. It's down at the 8-yard line. And the Wolverines will hustle to the line. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Needs to get it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the route is on. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat and you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Tulane was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in New Orleans. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. After the misfire, it's 2nd down. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. On the option. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Nice job playing assignment football by that defensive end. Knowing what my job is, not letting that quarterback get out, get loose, making a good play, and most importantly, being there in the right.
And now the ball is free in the end zone. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. Yeah, that seems about right. Defensive touchdown. Absolute catastrophe for this offense. The defense comes up with the fumble and takes it to the house.
Don't scoop and score. Create the fumble, pick that puppy up, take it to the house. Great job by the defense, not only forcing the turnover, but getting points out of it.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. The scoop and score. What a lift they can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. You got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy, you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
Using the quick game. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. To throw, it's Duncan. They're trying to get to it. All bottled up, and now they get him for a safety. He tried with everything to scoop it up and get it out of the end zone, but they were there to stop him.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20. He'll bring it back. It's Marshall.
Returner is tackled down at the 37. And your Michigan...
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense.
325.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Second down after that incompletion. The give to the back. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
Man, that D-tackle's a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back with cat-like quickness?
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. The Wolverines line up to punt it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. UCLA will go back to work on offense. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Offense getting set for first down.
Did a real good job by the defense defending the RPO. I got to defend the run. I got to defend the pass. Make the QB take off, and then get a stick on him. Play physical. Got him to cough up the football. Great job by the defense playing their responsibilities and forcing the turnover.
They'll go right back to it. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
They get another big run for a first down, and if you're on offense, you love the way your offensive line is blocking early in this game. They are getting tremendous movement, and they're making life pretty easy for these running backs right now.
Runs through a tackle. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And the Wolverines have moved it inside the 20. Using his legs, it's Marshall. Tackled, but he has a first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set is able to rip off that one for a first down.
The Wolverines have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Michigan! And the punishment has been extended. He has spent a lot of time in that end zone and an absolute assault on the score.
No doubt about it. And guess what? I get to make a lot of highlights. I can copy and paste all of these touchdowns, show everybody the game I had, the defense. Well, you shouldn't have to shake your head because you didn't get them done.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Off the play fake on first down. Oh, the ball is wiggled free near their own goal line. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defensive touchdown. You know, the defense is all about stopping momentum. Scoop it and score yourself. It is such a huge play.
And you just go to the offense like, bro, we don't need you. We got this. We'll score ourselves if we have to. Great job by the defense, doing what they need to do, and then go talk a little trash to the offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Oh, ball's out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. First down to start the drive after the break. Here's the handoff. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Stop is made almost immediately, giving 1 to the 23. Quite a bit of work to do on third down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. And they get the sack right out of the gate. So here comes the field goal unit again. This kicker has already made 3 in this one.
On the field goal.
He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg.
Give the defense a ton of credit in this sudden change situation. Their offense just coughed it up. And this defense comes out, they go 3 and out, force a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Paul, but you need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. Wants to throw. It's Duncan. Gets it out fast. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. You're like, I got to get the football offense. We'll be very lucky to get that football.
And the Bruins decide to punt it away. Oh, he's so hard to get on the ground. He smashes his way through again. Very little will make the crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They go to the ground. Give him 88 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. From the gun, the running back has it. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the fourth quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
Give to the running back. Smashes ahead. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
Just buried it. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. On the move, it's Hall. Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. To the air, it's Orji. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Wolverines. And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. South Alabama was able to finish off a close one inside Hancock-Whitney Stadium today. They did just enough, both offensively and defensively, to come away with the dub. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Pocket start, and the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense got it. Touchdown, Michigan. The defense with the scoop and score. And score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. The defense striking with a scoop and score touchdown.
And defense is about getting guys to the football. Sometimes you just get that hit. The ball pops out, more guys swarming to the football. Great effort, scoop that thing up, now do some damage with it. You always wanted to play offense anyways. Convert that defensive player, offensive player, give me that 6.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. On the move from inside his 5. And he pumps it up inside the 20. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Looking for a crease. It's Hall. Mark it off as a 6-yard gain down to the 6-yard line.
5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
They'll try the run. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the beatdown has ensued. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and
This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And he added the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Trying to get... And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, and they get the ball back, but that's just going to make it much tougher on this drive.
It's so hard to force fumbles. And when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling. You're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. The Bruins will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Looking for a gap. It's Hall. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll go to the ground. Still running at the 40. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. And the Wolverines are threatening on 1st and goal. Cricket! He'll try to get it in with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! And the pummeling has started. You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
He's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit.
bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Duncan. They'll run the screen. And he coughs it up again. Everybody needs a little luck. And the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. I don't know if it was luck or aggression.
One thing I do know is this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. He cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Shoots it to the left. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Man, this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Man, those are so frustrating here. Defense, and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback, and you make him cough it up. And just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Makes a move. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
They're going to ride this running back. Won't back down from anyone. Delivers the throw and gets it to the 29. 8-yard pickup on first down. Leaves them with second and short. Give to the single back. Fights off the defender. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
First down for the offense.
We're at the midway point of the season, and after the showing they delivered today, this team is firing on all cylinders through week 7.
We've been talking a lot about this team. When you want to be remembered in the month of November, the most important part in the meat of this schedule now is coming up. You play well throughout the second half of the year, we're talking college football playoff potential.
Yeah, but you got to start somewhere, right? And I like that they started strong, made it to week 7 now. Yes, the rivalries are coming up, and more important games are coming up, but you did what you needed to do to start the season. Now just keep that mindset and keep grinding.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.